It is currently 6:04 a.m. We've been up since 4:45 a.m. We have about a 50-minute drive ahead of us to get to the race. This is probably the setup I'm going to do. The D850 with the 2470 because it's lighter weight and it's fast to focus and I can shoot really quickly and wide while I'm next to her, and then do some zooming in and get her, with that lovely shallow depth of field around her. I like choosing this DSLR because it's a combination of larger file frames, which means that I can take a photograph in a situation where it's a little more unknown, knowing that I have room in that image to crop to a tighter frame within the image, but still have a really large file to use. So if I wanted to print it very large, I can still do that. That and the fact it's fast. It's not the fastest camera I have, but you can get something, I think it's about 9 frames per second, 7 to 9 frames per second, which is quite a lot of shots you can get off in 1 second. I'm gonna additionally bring the 14 to 24, which is a much wider angle lens. Probably only get a couple shots with this. And I'm gonna keep the 35-1.4 lens with me in case I wanna do some more shallow depth of field, kind of drop into that f1.4 aperture while I'm photographing her out in the field. The thing I'm thinking about as we are sprinting alongside our subject and shooting is I need a really fast shutter speed. I want to be over at least 1/1000th. We've got a nice moderate light right now in terms of it's a gray sky, but that's actually good because we don't have any jarring light shifts going on. And I'm shooting at about an ISO 1000 or up to 1600 even, and I know I'm going to be fine with the D850 in terms of any noise. And because I'm keeping an even distance to her for the most part, I'm shooting at about an f5 in terms of aperture. So keeping that combination of settings, if I'm at an f5, I've got to stay in a certain distance from her. If I end up saying I want to go really close, I'm still 5 if I'm at an f5, but if I back up a lot, now I have to make sure that I'm still keeping her sharp and in focus. And I'm shooting wide. I'm shooting at a 24 because I would rather crop in on a large resolution file versus shooting really tight, and if there's any room for error or issues, I've already filled the frame and there's not a lot I can do. So this allows me to have some freedom in terms of running alongside her, shooting, knowing I'm not getting a perfect composition every time, but I can crop to it later with plenty of file size to do so. So keeping that kind of combination of a really fast shutter speed, an ISO that gives me the light sensitivity I need to support that, and an aperture that is kind of shallow. F5 I think of as a little bit more extended field of focus given the way I shoot. Keeping those settings dialed in and then just trying to stay steady with her as I shoot allows me to get sharp captures of her and hopefully not fall while doing it.